Hi everyone and welcome to Bad Weather BBQ. I'm Johnny and today it's turkey time. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is the channel where we talk all things barbecue. And today I'm really excited because we're going to be doing a turkey. We've got Christmas just around the corner and next week in the US we've got Thanksgiving. So I thought, what better time than to start having a look at what preparations we could make for our respective dinners. I'm therefore going to be doing a classic Christmas turkey today. What I'm going to be doing is I've just got a turkey crown, which I'm going to be cooking. But what I also am going to be doing is I'm going to be following some certain steps that get us towards a really lovely tasting and juicy Christmas turkey. Before we get into that, however, I do want to take some time just at the start of this video to walk through the plan. What do I mean by that? Well, what I like to do is certainly for longer cooks or cooks where there's multiple steps, I like to outline a plan which I can tick off as I go through the process. Let's have a little look and see what the plan is for this turkey. As ever, please stick around to the end of the video where I'll give you my 3 top tips for making this cook a success. So in terms of getting a plan together, what I've got here is just a big bit of poster paper and we can start working this back accordingly. So example here is that we're going to eat at 6 p.m. on Saturday. So 6 p.m. Saturday. Okay, now what we know is that it's gonna take roughly 3 hours to cook. So we know that we're gonna need to get it on the barbecue for 3 p.m. Okay, now let's work back from there. So we know that there's an air drying process that I like to do, which really helps keep the skin crispy when we're cooking. So we know that takes 24 hours. So what we're going to do is add that in now. So that would be 3 p.m. And this is for air drying, but that is on Friday. Okay, so there's our first 3 steps. Now, we also know that we want to undertake a brining process, and that takes 24 hours. So if the last step here was 3 p.m. Friday, we know we need to work back from that. So it's going to be 3 p.m. on the Thursday. And that is for brining. And then that would largely be the process. What you might find though is, depending on when you bought your meat, in my case turkey here, you might have a defrosting process. So with that in mind and thinking about 12 hours per kilo for defrosting, and I've got a 2 kilo turkey crown, again we'd be looking at 24 hours. So that will be 3 p.m. on Wednesday that we would need to take that out of the freezer to give it sufficient time to defrost. So there you have it. And this is why I'm saying it's super key to have a plan for this, because you don't want to get caught out. Because what you can see here, just from our 5 steps, we've only got 5 steps with it finishing on 6 p.m. on Saturday. However, the actual process starts at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. So without laboring the point, it's super key to have a plan for this kind of thing. So there you have it. There is my 5-step plan for making this cook an absolute success. At the time of recording, it's now 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. So I've actually already been able to tick off some of the processes. So I have firstly defrosted my turkey crown. Secondly, I've already put it through its brine for 24 hours. And thirdly, I've also been air drying the turkey now for almost for 24 hours. We're in, I think, hour 22 into that. So just a little bit of time to go on that. But that does allow us to kind of crack on with a few other things that we need to do in the meantime. As I mentioned in my previous brining video, which is where you'll get all the information for the brines that I use there, I have used the Sweetwater Spice turkey bath for this one. So that was a really, really simple process of 1 part of the turkey bath to 4 litres of water and 50 grams of the kosher salt that we add into it. And that was brining for around 24 hours there. And whilst I've already taken care of a couple of those steps, what I am going to be walking you through today is a couple more that I'm going to be undertaking prior to placing the turkey on the barbecue. Firstly, I'm going to be injecting the turkey with some melted butter. Now, as we know, a lot of the fat in the turkey is actually in the darker meat, so the legs and the thighs, for example, whereas the breasts are quite lean. And if you're not careful, they can dry out really, really quickly. So whilst we've already brined up the turkey crown, I'm going to be adding yet more moisture in there through adding the butter into it accordingly. And then what I'm going to be doing is adding some rub onto the top of the turkey as well. Now, as I've said, I really want to try and get this skin as crispy as possible, and I want it to therefore be flavoursome if we're able to do that. And I'm going to be using today the Angus and Oik meat tinsel rub, which is a stone cold classic when doing this type of dish. Okay, so we're in the kitchen now and it's time to get the butter into our turkey. So I've got my turkey crown here. That's been air drying now for 24 hours. So really happy with that. So all we're going to do is we're going to take our meat injector with our melted butter and we're just going to start getting this into the breast. Now, the way to do this is to sort of work around the bones. That's where you're looking for. So you've got your wishbone sort of here and then obviously your breasts on either side. So we're just going to work our way through that. So just take your time. It's not a rush. There, you'll see it plump up. Now just be careful when you take it out. As you see, it will start to come out a little bit. You just need to give it a second or two to let the butter solidify again. But don't worry about it coming out, because actually we need some of this when it comes to adding our brine, our meat tinsel onto this as well. So there you can see. So we'll just give that a little rub, but that should start to solidify pretty quick on there. So happy with that. And then just on the other side as well. Like so. I'll just wait for them to stop. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so last step in this part of the cooking process is to add our meat tinsel into that. So just as you would any bit of meat, just a good lathering of it on. And again, just pat it into place. I know it's called a rub, but remember, we don't rub. Some lovely smells coming off this in terms of the sort of orange and the citrus fruits that are in it, as well as spices like your cinnamon. Okay, pretty happy with that. So what we'll do now is we'll go outside and we'll just have a look at the setup for our barbecue. All right, so we're outside now and it's time to chat about our barbecue and what setup we're going to have today. So in terms of what I've got, you'll see here I've got it set up and we're going to be cooking indirect today. I am, however, going to be using both of my baskets because the temperature that we want to try and maintain in the kettle today is 180 degrees centigrade. What I will be doing is I've got a tray here. I'm going to be adding some chicken stock into that, which will just help to keep the moisture levels up during the cook. Last but by no means least is the internal temperature that we're looking for within our turkey. So, quick pop quiz. What temperature are we looking for when we're cooking poultry? Answer is absolutely 75 degrees centigrade or above. Now, we don't want to be taking it too much higher than 75 because again, we don't want anything to dry out here. So we're going to be keeping a tab on that today, utilizing my probe, the Weber iGrill 2 probe, which we're going to be putting in the turkey as we put that on. So come back in a second when we've got the coals on and it's ready to get the turkey on. Okay, so that's our turkey now on our barbecue. As you'll see, I've got my Weber probe into the thickest part of the breast moving forwards. So literally now, we just leave it until we get up to 75. What I am going to do is probably after about an hour, I'll come out and I'll just hit it with a little bit of butter over the top of it and just potentially just repeat that process as we go. But really from here on in, we've got 180 internal temperature in the kettle. We're pretty much good to go. So that's our turkey now on, so it's time to think about our sides. And we're just going to keep it super simple, really. We're going to do some lovely roast potatoes, we're going to do some pigs in blanket, and we usually do stuffing to go with this. However, tonight, because it's Scotland, we're going to substitute our sausage meat that we would usually use, and we're actually going to use some haggis. So I was out early this morning, shot a fresh one, so we're just going to cook that up tonight and we'll be serving that with the turkey. So I'll not run you through any of that, I'll just show you it when it's ready. Okay, so we're actually at the 2-hour mark now, so it is 6 o'clock. The turkey went on a little bit later than I'd hoped. However, as you'll see here, I'm really pleased with the way it's come out. We've grabbed some holly from our garden and just kind of dressed it a little bit. Usually we'd have some red in there with some cranberries, etc. For the table. However, it's a little bit early in the season yet for all that in the shop. So we've just gone with this. So really happy. The skin has crisped up really well. So I basted it a couple of times as we went through the process. Pretty much, I think probably at the 45-minute mark and then probably the 1.5-hour mark. So really, really happy with that. So what we're doing just now is the haggis is cooked, the potatoes are just cooking. So we'll just let this rest as you do for probably about 10-20 minutes and then it'll just be time to serve. So what I'll do is I'll just get some photos just of our plates of how they look and let you have a little look at them. And that'll be us. So there you have it, folks, my classic Christmas turkey. I'm putting some pictures up on the screen here just now so you can see that. But I'm really amazed actually, and have been for a couple of years now, as to how much actually barbecue changes the taste or adds to the taste of turkey. Traditionally, I'd always find it a bit of a bland meat, but see, once you add smoke and fire into that, it really, really helps bring out the flavor. So it's a massive thumbs up from me. Early in the video, I said to stick around to the end of the video where I give you my 3 top tips for making this cook a success. So here we go. Number 1, try and get as much moisture into your bird as you possibly can. So whether you're doing a turkey crown like I am today or a full turkey, it's really, really important to try and get as much moisture in as possible. We know that the breasts can dry out. So like you've seen me do today, we've got it in a brine mixture, and then what we've done is we've added yet more moisture through melted butter into the breasts as well. So definitely a top tip there. Number 2, get your plan together. As I've already outlined and as you've already seen on my poster paper, I put together a short sort of timeline as to how this cook would unfold, and I would absolutely encourage you to do the same. Whether or not it's actually just for a smaller cook and you've got additional veggies and sides to go with it, it's always good to have a plan to understand when do they actually need to go in, otherwise you might get caught out. Okay, and number 3, get your barbecue set up ahead of time. The last thing you want to get caught out with is having to set up your barbecue or clean your barbecue prior to getting your turkey on. So make sure that it's ready to rock and roll with however you're doing it prior to the turkey actually going on the barbecue. Now, what I would say is that there are a few extra steps that I've put into this, but each of those extra steps add its own sort of uniqueness to it. I will maintain, as I've said already, that we need to get as much moisture into the birds as possible, and that's certainly where the brining and then injecting the butter into it does help. The air drying just helps with the skin, as does the rub. So it's a bit of a win all round. So I know there's extra steps here, but trust me, it's worth doing them. If you're doing this ahead of Christmas or indeed Thanksgiving or whatever holiday event you've got coming up, this would be a great one to serve for your family. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. If you liked it, please hit that like button. And if you haven't yet subscribed, it would be great if you would consider doing so. As ever, please leave me a comment in the section below and let me know how you do your turkeys. How does your recipes differ to mine? Anyway, you look after yourselves and I'll see you in the next video.